most recent thing that I've finished, there's a couple of things I have on the go, but the most recent thing that I finished was Stranger Things season 4, I guess it was.
I haven't even seen that yet. I hear it's good.
It's fantastic. Jamie, have you seen it? Or do you watch Stranger Things? I can't remember.
Yep, totally. Yeah, it was on my list as well. Season 4 was great.
Holy cow. Like, you know, what I love about, you know, I'm sure we have some listeners that have not dived into, dove into any of the seasons of Stranger Things, because for whatever reason. I highly recommend it because they do a great job of world building and continuously expanding that world. I mean, it started really small. I mean, it started with, you know, there's a girl in the forest and go from there. So if you haven't seen, I don't know, is this spoilers if we're talking about things?
Well, I haven't seen. Yeah. As long as you don't do spoil 4, then I'm happy.
No. But you know, there was some big pop culture-y moments that kind of took over the world. I don't know, I guess the geek world. Great to see things like someone like Kate Bush come back into the forefront with her. I mean, Running Up That Road is just a brilliant song from the 80s. Yeah. And, you know, the fact that she made something like $2.3 million at last time I checked from everyone streaming that song all of a sudden again. I mean, she got paid by, you know, the producers of the show a bit because, you know, used the song, and it's such a key song. But, you know, I kind of forgot how amazing of a shredding guitar song Master of Puppets is by Metallica. And there's an amazing moment that's so key. And, you know, there's some great new characters. Jamie, I'm sure, you know, Eddie Munson, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Eddie Munson's so good, and then the surfer pizza guy was just so good. And not really spoilers, but you know, there's just the little things that they do that are big, you know, love letters to the 80s, and that's when we, you know, that's why we are Generation X. But you know, Surfer Boy falls in love with a spitting image of Ali Sheedy from Breakfast Club, and then you know, there's obviously a Molly Ringwald character in there, and you know, it's just great. You have the jerk, you know, the douchey jocks who are just and I won't say whose death scene, but it was just like, yeah, you're a piece of crap and we're gonna kill you that way too. So it won't be a spoiler, I don't think, because, you know, we know who gets it in these types of shows. But like I said, the universe building, you know, I heard complaints about the whole, the Russia thing dragged, but no. And to see, like, you know, David Barber, he's an action hero now, man. Like, you know, he was cool as Red Guardian and Black Widow, but man, he kicks ass in Stranger Things. And anyway, there's it's just and that, like, it took me, like, you know, again, because I don't get to watch things, I don't get to binge anything. Although I did binge Woodstock 99 Trainwreck on Netflix. That's must-see TV. Limp Bizkit. But anyway, it's Stranger Things. Like, the last episode is a strap in. It's like, Jamie, was it 2.5 hours long? Am I right?
Wow. It was quite long. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, it was weird the way they released it too. Like, they released every episode in the season except for the last 2, I think, and then waited a little bit and then released the last 2 as like a big finale. It's like crazy weird release schedule, but I can kind of see why in retrospect.
Do you have any spoiler-free, or I don't care if we spoil it for Rob, it's going to take him 10 years.
I don't want to spoil anything for Rob.
I'm sorry, take me 10 years?
Yeah. If it took me this long.
Rob, if you're planning, like, if you've seen up to season 4, I definitely don't want to spoil anything. You should definitely watch it. they added a couple new characters. They were both really good. Yeah, and it's like Anil said it best. It captures a lot of those kind of slices of the 80s really well. And yeah, for anybody who kind of lived through that, especially like just like the high school or like junior high school experience in the 80s, yeah, it felt pretty familiar.
I heard Joseph Quinn, Eddie Munson, was really good. I mean, all I see is memes about him, and he's so like, you know,
he stole that show, dude.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
He is the breakout big time. I mean, I don't want to spoil.
No,
then don't.
Let's not spoil. No spoilers.
One of the things I did hear about Joseph Quinn was, I think I may have talked this on the show before, but at a con that he did, he was taking too long, according to the con people, and Joseph Quinn was just spending time with the guests who had paid money to take a photo and sign an autograph, and Joseph Quinn was giving him what he wanted, but the con people were trying to overbook him, and they're moving him through.
It was one of the other stars at the con, like, so that, you know how they have like the big rows of autograph tables. Mm-hmm. So the star beside him, he wouldn't say who it was because he seems like a classy guy. They're like, you're taking too long, you're gonna exhaust yourself, you're gonna wear yourself out. But, like,
it hurts. Yeah, I heard something else. So
to spend time with the people who were there, excited to see him.
Just give him the moment.
Yeah.
Who knows if it'll happen again, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's like, I hadn't heard of this guy before the show, and you know, like, this is, you dream about that if you're an actor. I mean, to get a breakthrough role like this, like he's you know, gonna go down in history as one of the great geek, you know, one of the great geek heroes, I think.
Yeah. I hope he gets to do a lot more after this. Like, I hope this opens some doors for him, because yeah, he's a pretty fantastic actor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you hear about people who are just going to the cons, relishing on their one role that took 3 seconds in a popular movie, and they're trying to get their money as well. That's not a negative thing. I'm just saying, you know, people do the cons, and it's funny to see who's willing to do these cons and for what reason they're doing it for. People like Ming-Na Wen and Joseph Quinn are doing it for the fans' love, I believe. So.
Seems like a genuine dude. There's another really heartwarming clip where he's doing a panel, and it was like Q&A.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really a question, but this lady just had a very heartfelt thank you.
That's the one I saw.
Yeah, and he breaks down crying. Like, it was just such a genuine reaction to see like his work being appreciated on this level. And sorry, Neil, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, has he been in anything else that you know that we should know?
Not that I know of.
I'm digging his IMDb up. He's Joseph Quinn the 8th, apparently, in IMDb.
The 8th?
So, yeah, there's been 8 of
George Foreman's kids? Or
yeah. Yeah, it's nothing that Les Miserables, a TV series, though. Howard's End TV series, Game of Thrones. He was Coner. There's one episode that looks of it.
Suffice it to stay in a show like Stranger Things, especially like season 4 of Stranger Things, where everyone is really well established. I can't imagine what it would be like for an actor to kind of break into that as like a new character. Mm-hmm. And not only did he do it well, he stole that show. Yeah,
I hope he's, you know, I hope he's got a bright future ahead of him and gets all the roles, because, you know, it's I think, I mean, they're all getting older. That was an interesting thing watching this season. It's becoming a Stranger Things podcast. But it was neat to see. I mean, they're young adults now, and you know, they are getting roles now. They are getting cast and all kinds of things. Like if you just look around, I mean, like, obviously the biggest one is Millie Bobby Brown. And she's, you know, already had big, you know, some pretty good movie roles and things. But, you know, all the other characters or all the other actors are starting to get, you TV shows and this and that. So that's pretty cool.
I was going to mention Sadie Sink, the actress who played Max Mayfield. She is in a new movie with Brendan Fraser, who Brendan Fraser's getting a lot of kudos for, called The Whale. Brendan Fraser plays this teacher who is like a 600-pound man or something like that, who's dealing with just severe depression and is trying to make amends with his daughter, who is Sadie Sink. Apparently this is like Brendan Fraser's resurgence again after the crap that he went through for the last how many years now. So he's another
I have all the love for Brendan Fraser.
Me too.
He was in Encino Man, which is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah. It's on my list, sir. It's on my list. Yeah.
I love Encino Man. I don't care. He's in a bunch of movies that I love. He was that guy. He was in,
George of the Jungle.
He was the 90s guy. George of the
Jungle. Jungle's amazing. The Mummy.
Wasn't he? He's in Airheads, right?
Yep.
Airheads.
You like Airheads, sir.
Oh, I love Airheads.
Yeah. Blast from the Past, Bedazzled.
Oh, Blast from the Past. I love that movie.
So good. Yeah, it's nice to see him coming back.
But yeah, so I just wanted to mention that when you're mentioning actors and actresses getting roles. Didn't Millie Bobby Brown get something Star Wars related? Was there talk about that happening?
I think there's always been talk about wanting her to be Princess Leia.
Yeah, I've always heard the want, but I thought maybe she got casted in an unspoken role or something like, or not.
No idea.
An undisclosed role. Anyways, awesome.